13.89%. That's a conversion rate increase that my client saw after I implemented this one AI tool in his business. As a brief overview, in this video, I'm gonna uncover the exact strategy I used to get those results for my client. Next, I'm gonna dive into some challenges I faced and how I overcame them. And lastly, I'm gonna wrap up and show you exactly how you could implement this in your business practically overnight for free, regardless of the niche that you're in and the number of products in your store. I haven't been the best about posting consistently here on YouTube, so I just wanna take a second to let you know who I am and why you should trust me. My name is Connor James. If you're new here, welcome, I'm glad to have you. But I've been doing e-commerce since 2013. Now, since then, I've built, scaled, and sold several stores, but my most successful store is this one in this top screenshot. You'll see from when I launched it in around November of 2016 until I sold it in December of 2022, did just shy of $5 million. Now, throughout that process of building and scaling this brand, as well as other brands that I had in my portfolio and students that I was working closely with, I've spent millions of dollars profitably on paid ads. So I know what it takes to launch ads that are compelling and get the click, but not only get the click, convert the user once they make it to your website. Since selling my store, I have founded 1-3 Consulting. Now, with that, my mission is to put out content like this to YouTube to help other e-commerce store owners scale. Also, I am working closely with a handful of store owners acting as an advisor for their brands. Now, one of the stores that I'm actually working with is this bottom one here. You can see we did $255,000 in December of last year. And this store right here is actually the one that I was able to increase the conversion rate by 13.89% using the one AI tool that I'm going to show you here in just a second. Briefly, I wanted to pull up in my store just to show you that these results are legit and that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to scaling a brand online. So you can see as I hover over each month, the dollar amount is changing. I can actually go up here and refresh the page so you know that I'm not doing anything sketchy. I do apologize, my internet is going super slow today, so it's gonna take a second just for it to load in, but you can see the same dollar amount here, same date range selected. Looks like a couple of the cards are still loading, waiting for Shopify Analytics to load. Hopefully it's not an analytics issue affecting all Shopify stores and it is just my internet. But anyways, here it is loaded again. You can see during that time frame over 1.1 million add to carts, which is absolutely insane. Now, here is proof of that screenshot of the results I got from my client in December of 2023. You can see on the 14th, we actually did 22.3K in sales. And on the 19th, we did 23.6K in sales. So let me actually refresh the page here just to show you that there is, there's nothing sketchy going on. He's on Shopify Plus, so that loaded in much quicker. Diving back into the presentation, you can see there's a lot of different elements that go into building a high converting store. I don't have enough time to go through all of these in depth today, but I will be making videos on these in the future if you guys are interested. So let me know which topics you guys are most interested in so I can make that content next for you. Before moving on, I just want to touch on these additional optimizations. Now, the most important thing that you can do with your product page is make sure the above the fold content is optimized on mobile. What I mean by that is when the user loads your website and they land on a product page on a mobile device, make sure that your product title, the price, the image, the variant selector, and the add to cart button all show above the fold without the user having to scroll. With that, you wanna make sure that your CTA button stands out. It is using a high contrast color. Let's say if your background is white, you want a black add to cart button, especially if you want to appear as a luxurious brand. One super important thing here is that your product title is not extremely long and you're not using a giant font on mobile that's going to push the add to cart button below the end of the user's screen, making them have to scroll before they can see it. One problem that many e-commerce store owners face is oftentimes stores have large product catalogs, meaning there's tons of products, and a lot of the products, if not all of them, have poor product titles. Now, what I mean by that is these product titles were created with SEO in mind, not conversions. And this has really led to product pages being left without a compelling headline. There's nothing that's really selling the benefits of the product, and there isn't a headline that's increasing curiosity and really encouraging the users to stay on that page and consume more content and actually add the product to cart. Don't get me wrong, these product titles are great when it comes to ranking organically on Google for SEO purposes. They're also great if you're publishing your products to something like Merchant Center and you want to rank in smart shopping ads or inside of Google Performance Max campaigns. They also work well if you're pushing your products into marketplaces like eBay or Amazon, where you want to capture that demand and show up when users are searching for your specific products. But where these product titles fall short is when it comes down to conversions, because you don't actually have a compelling headline on your product page that captures the user's attention and gets them to want your product and the benefits that it has to offer for them. Now, that is a huge problem, and that's something that I was struggling with my client, because he had thousands of products in his store with a lot of product titles that were not optimized properly. There was no headline that was really selling the benefits of the product. And that's what led me to the solution. And the solution is OptiMonk AI. Now, this specific tool is what I used in his business to achieve that 13.89% conversion rate increase. More specifically, we were using their Smart Product Page Optimizer feature, and here's how it works. Their app integrates directly with Shopify and pulls in all your product data. From there, it uses your product title and your product description to generate these high converting headlines, subheadlines, and bulleted benefits lists. Now, this allows you to optimize thousands of product pages effortlessly in minutes. Here's how it works. First, you're gonna let the AI generate this content for your website. Next, you're gonna review that AI content and make any tweaks to tone or specific language that you wanna change. Personally, I didn't have to make any changes for my client store. It worked amazing right out of the box. Next, you can launch these powerful A/B tests, and I'll touch on that more in just a second. Here's an example of what you can expect after setting it up. An instant 5 to 45% increase in sales. Now, here's a before and after of what it looks like. You'll see here, this is a product title like I've been talking about. It's really optimized for SEO. It's almost describing the product. It's not a unique branded title like the Beach Waver, for example. That's a very successful product that's going viral in TikTok Shop right now. And it also is not a really powerful headline like the one that you see here in the after that actually reads salon-worthy styles at home, anytime, anywhere. Now, that headline is really gonna capture the user's attention and get them to either add to cart or invest the time to scroll down and consume more of the product page's content and really be sold on the product through the reviews, through the UGC, through the other things and social proof that you have on the product page to make it convert at a higher level. Here is the specific data from the split test that I ran in my client store. Now, you'll see here, there's a couple different A/B tests going on. First, we're split testing the headlines and benefit. So that means there's the headline, subheadline, as well as the 3 bulleted benefits list against the headlines only. So we were just showing the headline and subheadline, as well as just showing the benefits list. Now, each variable here, let's call this A, B, and C. These 3 variables were also being tested against the control. Now you can see we ran it with around 180,000 impressions to each variable here, and we got thousands of conversions. Now, what are the results? Well, the results are a 13.89% in conversion rate. You'll see here the headlines only version converted at 0.41%, whereas the control only converted at 0.36. Breaking down the data here a little bit in this case study, we did see that 13.89% conversion rate, but I wanted to be fully transparent and show you the exact equation that I used and the math to calculate that. I know it's a little bit confusing. Some people may say, oh, the conversion rate isn't even 13%. How could it have increased 13%? But you can see it went from 0.36 to 0.41, and that's how you get this 13.89%. This is something that actually was validated. We did run this for 5 months. We had over 650,000 impressions and close to 2,600 orders. So it is something that is statistically significant, and we are running this in his business today. Diving into some case studies here from OptiMonk's website. This is what really sold me on the app, and I just wanted to briefly touch on this with you so that way you know it works across all industries in a ton of different niches. So you can see Varnish and Vine, they got a 48.3% in revenue. Solar Garden actually got a 11.6 increase in revenue. Mountain got an 18.6 increase in revenue. We also have Hannah and Henry here with a 14.67% increase in revenue, as well as Goldilocks with a 31.56% increase in orders. And lastly, this Shop Renter website that saw a 12.4% increase in conversion rate. So as you can see here through these case studies, it is something that works on all e-commerce websites. It's not something that only works for one specific niche or one specific brand. And when it comes to the next case study, is it going to be your brand? I don't know. It's up to you. You really need to action this information and get this set up for your store. I can't recommend it highly enough. It's going to seem like this is a sponsored video, but I promise you it's not. It was super easy for me to set up, and my client is crushing it with this. So I highly encourage you to get it implemented in your business as well. If you want to take me up on that, here is how you can get started absolutely for free. So the first thing you want to do is sign up for a free OptiMonk account. They allow you to get up to 15,000 page views per month entirely for free. You don't have to pay them a penny. Next, once you have that account set up, you'll want to book a demo for the OptiMonk AI feature. And that way you can get a free trial of that and actually get it added to your account and work directly with Kata or Kate. That's my contact who I was onboarded with. Everything went super smooth with her, and we've seen amazing results so far. So definitely sign up for that OptiMonk free trial and book your free demo. To make sure you take action, I'm gonna put a link down below in the description. Full disclosure, it is gonna be an affiliate link. I do get a kickback if you go through that link, but hopefully you got enough value from this video and also future videos that are gonna be coming out. So use my link to support this channel and what I'm trying to do with 1-3 Consulting. If you've made it this far, comment a rocket ship emoji down below. I just wanna know if I did a good job of keeping your attention to the very end, and that will also help the YouTube algorithm hopefully push this to more e-commerce store owners just like yourself that need to discover this information. In the next video, I'm gonna be covering a pop-up that I designed that really will skyrocket your sales. Not only is it gonna increase sales, but it's gonna capture more data from your audience at a higher rate. And I'm gonna be giving a copy of that template entirely for free to everyone who watches that video. So if you like this video and you wanna make sure you don't miss the next one, be sure to subscribe to my channel. That way you don't miss out. That's it for this video. See you guys in the next one.